Episode. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. How are you? What's going on? I am, of course, Kevon Tyrre. I'm your boy. What's poppin'? Of course, you know this lovely lady right here, Maria. And this is our premiere episode of Musician Loves Honey.
And I am the musician.
And of course, I'm the honey because I'm darling, my dear. I'm darling.
Okay. I think he's taking it all. I am also the honey.
Well, see, we already know you're the honey.
Okay, of course. I am the honey. I'm always the honey.
Right, well, we're just starting the show, so I'm not going to go there just yet. All right, so we'll wade into those waters, okay? But thank you all for tuning in. Obviously, we've been doing this for a long time. I've been a frequent host of this lovely lady's show on multiple occasions. We finally decided to put a show on together. She put me on blast right here on social media shows, talking about, will you do a show with me? And I'm just like, okay, all right. Anything for you.
Yeah. Well, what are they expecting on our show every week? It's gonna be a weekly Tuesday, 6 to 7 p.m.
Yes.
We're just actually doing this premiere show today because this guy is not. It's not somebody you can just grab it on the street. He is very busy.
I'm as those who follow me know, I am a musician. I sing around town, and sometimes my schedule is not always as amendable as others because all she does is just record shows all day, and some of us actually have real jobs. And of course, singing and bouncing around on stage is not a real job, but I digress. But the point is, because of that, we did that a little earlier. We will be doing it at our normal time, which is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I do want to emphasize Pacific Standard Time because I know we have the East Coast, Mountain Central, of course, the other time zones all around the country and the world. So for all those that have those Pacific time zones, please keep in mind that if you enjoy the show and you like what you're doing, please, if you want to catch us live, keep your time zone in accordance to our time zone.
Well, if you guys don't catch us live, they can always go on our page or our website. The page is Musician Loves Honey or on social media shows. But I don't highly recommend them go to social media shows because there's like 13 to 15 different shows running every week.
Right.
So they're not going to find our show. So go on our page, Musician Loves Honey, or you can go to our socialmediashows.com and just click on our show right there.
That's right. And of course, you can catch it on any of your social media sites, of course, which is here on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and they'll have the links of all the shows and all segments. They're available to you at your leisure. So if Facebook's not your thing, maybe Twitter's your thing, maybe YouTube's your thing, maybe Instagram, you'll still be able to catch us all in those situations. Obviously, we hope that you share and like and comment and talk about how lovely I am and talk about this lady's lovely shoes. Here, will you please show up your shoes, please? There you go, these lovely shoes. And of course, the legs aren't that bad as well. But, I digress again. Excuse me, See, hey, look, I'm sorry. I like pretty ladies. What do you want me to say?
You see, this is our relationship with Kevon. We have the hate and love relationship. We fight, we argue.
I don't call it a hate relationship. I just call it a love and try not to get the court order to keep 500 feet away from you relationship. I'll just say it's that. It's just like, yes, I know I'm adorable. Get over there. All right, we don't need that here, okay?
Well, I would like to say hi to Deborah and Tim who just logged in. Thank you so much for watching us.
Thank you very much.
And I just want to let you guys know this is the premiere episode of Musician Loves Honey, and I am the musician. Don't forget about that. And this is the honey because he is adorable.
Of course, and of course, I'm sure you are a musician because I'm sure you have many notes that many men would love to hear.
Okay.
I gave you a pass on the first one. I couldn't do it on the second one. I'm just saying, I couldn't do it. Could not do it.
Well, you know what? Since we've been planning to have this show for so long, we would like to tell you guys what would you expect to have this to watch this show.
Right. Oh well. We have our own ideas, but of course we want to open it to you guys because this is a forum that you will be watching. So we want to make sure that we appease you in the best way we can. So with that said, Give us your ideas, give us your thoughts, give us your input. We want to hear all of them. That way we can give you the best product and content moving forward.
Yes.
Obviously, we'll have our own ideas and we will implement them as the shows go on. But we want to morph the show to make it something that you will be comfortable with. And hopefully between, of course, the boss lady here and myself and you lovely
There you
people
go.
out there.
I told him not to mention that, but he mentioned it, but I love it.
Well, of course. I mean, you gotta take charge, baby. That's how you roll, right? That's
Yes,
how
of
you
course.
do.
Yes.
She's like, that's right. He says, look, I'm short, but I'm tiny. So what you gonna do about that? All right, I'm running this. And I'm like, okay, honey, go ahead and run it. All right.
Well, let's tell the viewers how we started, know, because we have so much things to talk about.
Of course.
First of all, I would like to acknowledge our background, which is the classic Las Vegas sign.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's beautiful. I love it.
For all those that have lived here for a long time, like myself, I personally am a Las Vegas resident for over 30 years, believe it or not. Yes, I am that old. All right, yeah, I know it's shocking.
Yeah, you're 55?
What? Man, I'm 80. Get it right. I am 80, honey. I be soaking in that olive oil, baby. Why I think I'm getting close to you? Because I'm trying to suck some of that young juice out of you. Just trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Anyways, yeah. Well, Kevon Tyrre actually doing this naked talk every Tuesday.
Right. That's correct. I usually do it around this time. Obviously, I did a little earlier because I was pressed for time. We had for this show, and I have other projects I had to do today, so I had to try to knock that out. But I will be doing that, of course, every Tuesday as needed to just keep up with you guys, what's going on. Obviously, I talked about the premiere of this show here and any other projects that I'm a part of. So hopefully you guys will continue to tune into that and hang out and do all that stuff. But for anyone who's down with Vegas, you got to give love to the sign.
Yes.
Yes.
Please give us a thumbs up with this sign right here and these two right here. But anyways, we're talking about the naked talk.
Okay.
That's the reason why we put our show at 6 p.m. That way you can do your naked talk and you can get naked in the morning.
Well, I usually get naked in the afternoon.
Oh, in the afternoon.
Right, but I will probably, that gives us time for the evening.
Okay.
Right, that way, if things go right, you get naked again. No, I'm good. But usually we have it around like the early afternoon for that show. Obviously for today it was a little different because we had to premiere this show and because of scheduling. But usually we'll have it in the early afternoon, and then of course we'll have this in the evening. So hopefully you guys will keep us in mind in that, and you will keep your eyes open for us. But go ahead. Yeah,
and also I just want to actually clarify this because a lot of my followers and my viewers loves my empowerment with Maria and Joe Live TV. And this is, we've been doing Maria and Joe Live TV for so long, over a year, and we just kind of like to stir the pot and have another show with musician Love Sunny. I really love the title, by the way. So now we're gonna be running our 1-year anniversary every after this show.
Okay.
Until that runs out, but we also have a plan that whenever Joe comes here in town, we will still gonna make a special show for Maria and Joe Live TV. So for those viewers out there, Maria and Joe is still on forever.
Right. Well, that's very cool. I mean, for all the great viewers who put on to that show and watched and followed, that's a great thing. Obviously, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even be here in front of you guys. So, because matter of fact, thank you, Facebook, because while we were setting up for the show, they showed it was like 1 year ago, like a year and 4 days, that I did my appearance with Maria and Joe. Right.
Yeah, that's the first
time.
First meeting.
That's right. It was on another network. They were on another network, and they ended up. It worked out. I mean, this was really nice.
Well.
We had a lot of great viewership and people. It was big, at least for us, big on YouTube, and it was like, oh, well, that's nice. So that was like, well, I have to bring you back on the show. So I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah. I'll keep being silly.
And he is our favorite guest host on Maria and Joe Live TV anyway. You actually came so many times.
I'm getting at least 4 times, I think.
You think.
I think.
You think. Yes, and also, of course, like what I was mentioning earlier, what are we going to do with this show? Like what you were telling, give us ideas, viewers. Let us know what would you like us to see. Because one of the plan moving forward is I would like to compete with this guy.
Well, I mean, people that are independent, that are entrepreneurs, that are hustlers, and keep that in mind. Musicians, content creators like yourself, people that try to make their own work, make their own way. All of us are hustlers, which means all of us, in one form or another, are very, very competitive. With that said, I'm looking forward to kicking your butt.
No, you cannot kick my butt.
All right,
I am the butt kicker.
Well, you might be in them heels, honey, but I don't know. I don't know. But that leaves the question: what would you like us to compete on? All right, now let's put this disclaimer out there right now. Guys and girls, keep it clean. All right, I'm nasty enough by myself. I don't need help. Okay, let's keep it decent.
So you're telling them that I need help?
No, what I'm saying is don't give us something a little too off on the. Nothing too blue. Okay, not that I wouldn't do it.
Bring it on.
Right, not that I wouldn't do it, but we don't want Facebook to find us. All right, so give us your ideas. Give us your thoughts that you think we could be good competitive thing that you like us to see, and we would like to offer for those who pick the right winner. We like to offer special prizes for that. So
Yes.
It'll be dinners and nights and things like that. Obviously,
Yes.
It'll be determined as the show goes on, but we will pick one and we will do that. And the winner, whoever picks the person who will win, of course. See, that type of stuff. See, that type of stuff. See? You know?
And you know what? The good thing about this one is you're not the only one who's gonna have prize, because whoever win or loses the competition will be punished in front of the live camera.
That's why I'm looking forward to me winning.
So I'm gonna win.
Well, I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win.
All right.
So viewers, who do you think will win most of the time?
You? Okay. Well, I think it's gonna be me. That's what I think. But I'm. You know what I look at when I see you outside of the hustle you got. I see a whole lot of interesting things, to say the least. Mm-hmm.
Well, viewers, we're gonna come back on the second segment, and what
Right.
we're gonna be doing on the second segment?
Well, on the second segment, we're going to talk about what everyone is talking about. Of course, this is the anniversary of September 11th. Everyone knows what that means. So we will talk about that and touch on how it's affected us individually and how things have progressed from there for those who were too young to maybe have been there in that situation. So thank you for watching us. We are the premiere episode of Musician Loves Honey. Go ahead and watch us.
I am the musician.
And I am the honey. So hang out, watch us pay these bills. We'll be right back, y'all. Stay tuned.
One more time for Steven Vasquez, everybody.
It's 8:52 here in New York. I'm Bryant Gumbel. We understand that there has been a plane crash on the southern tip of Manhattan. You're looking at the World Trade Center. We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that. We don't know if it was a commercial aircraft. We don't know if it was a private aircraft. We have no idea how many were on board or what the extent of the injuries are right now. I understand, an eyewitness on the phone right now.
And I'm the honey. It may have something to do with that lovely little accent that you have. But you don't have those issues. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You're a beautiful lady.
Thank you.
All right.
I know that already.
Oh, listen, honey. Anytime I can reinforce what I'm already trying to nibble on is always a good thing. But I digress. All right. Now, switch.
We just showed, yes?
Yes. Go ahead.
We just showed, actually that was in 2001
Yes.
with CBS when they just learned about that attack.
Correct.
So that's what you seen earlier before we came in.
Right. Now, for those who, everyone should know this, but obviously this is the anniversary of September 11th, 2001. That was 17 years ago, excuse me.
17 years ago,
Since
yes.
that has gone on. To put that in context, my daughter is 17. She was like maybe 9 months old.
So you just actually give birth at that
Yeah,
time.
she was, my daughter was born January of that year. She was 9 months old when that happened.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, obviously, right. To give further context, I'm originally was born in New York. I was born in the Bronx.
So you kind of like familiar and
Yes,
felt
I
what
have.
happened out there. And also I heard that your dad worked.
Yes. My I have different fathers actually, but my biological father is a Wall Street guy, blue chips guy. He was late to a meeting in one of the towers that day, and he was able to, luckily for him and for our family, miss the tragic situation that went down that day. So obviously we're very happy for that, and obviously my affinity goes out for all the people that were affected, that lost people, that were hurt, firefighters, policemen, all the pain and the gases that they had to deal with, and the ailments they've had with after that. So I know it's been a long road for a lot of the New Yorkers that were there on that site that day.
Yeah, so much people that we lost on that day. So much first responders and everything. And I believe it's who was the president?
It was George. It was George W. Bush.
Oh yeah,
George Bush Jr.
And he was in Florida when that happened.
That's correct.
He flew to New York. New York to Washington, back to Washington. Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah. And just to be fair and to give all full context, because at the time the Pentagon was also attacked around that time. They had a plane going to there.
Yes.
Right. And they had a third plane that was ultimately shot down during that same situation.
Oh.
That's correct. Actually, I stand corrected. It was the saying was that they had a revolt. The people that took over the plane tried to crash it, and then there was revolt on the plane, and they ended up crashing it into a field out in Virginia somewhere.
So were you in New York at that time?
No, I was here in Las Vegas. I was waking up at the time. I was working at the airport, believe it or not, and I got a call from my mother. She said, "Turn on the news." So of course I turn on the news. I see everything that went down. Everything that happened. I was glued to the TV just like everyone else. I still elected to go to work, even though obviously the airport was a ghost town.
Yes,
it was a ghost town. I think we were there for like an hour.
It's also a place where attack can happen. You know what I mean?
That is true.
Yeah. So
that is true. I mean, because we have a lot of foreigners here, entertainment capital. To put it on another light, because it is Sin City. A lot of the people.
Literally. I think you're the only sinner here.
Oh, I know that ain't true. I know that ain't true. I'm a sinner for sure, but I ain't alone.
I really love our background. Yeah, that
right.
Las Vegas sign right here, right? Yeah. Well, you know what? It's the reason why I want to talk about 9/11 today is because it's the anniversary, but I don't want to really go back on the negative part.
Of course.
I want to talk about the positive part.
Okay.
All right. What happened is JC just went there last week.
Yes.
And then showed, that not to forget all the people who lost their lives out there and the families, but I just wanna actually talk about that. What is it called? That plaza where they build the train. Nicholas. What did I tell you?
Yeah, it was the what they've done for those who don't know. They took what happened there at the World Trade Center, and what they've done is they put on 2 big bulbs, lights that now shoot straight up into the sky in memoriam of what happened at 9/11 and all that was affected there. So because of that, obviously that's a big deal for anyone that goes there.
Yeah,
and
it's beautiful.
It is. It's beautiful. It's emotional. And to your point about making positives, obviously a lot of people learn to band together, to learn to kind of support each other, to help each other. And the things that were negative, I think, are starting to heal in some regards. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's a debate for another time. But a lot of the city learn to band together and learn to be strong and learn to fortify itself because as Saturday Night Live said, can we be funny? Of course, the mayor was like, why start now?
Well, I would like to because these are new people that I haven't seen before. Sheila Barr, that's my ex-boyfriend's mom. Hi,
Nice.
Thank you for tuning in.
What's going on? She thinks I'm adorable too. See?
Yeah. And to James Swanson, JC, Sean Kingston, Jose Albano. So we probably have some more, but I cannot see them all.
Who's Tim Riley? Who's that guy?
I know. He always watches our show.
Oh, well, I see who he likes, honey. I'm not mad at him. Okay, see? You might want to get a guest spot. That way you can get closer, baby. I'm just saying. All right? I'm just saying. I ain't mad at you, honey. I'm just saying.
Why should you mad?
I'm mad for different reasons.
Okay. Are you a madman?
Am I a madman? Well, that's a conversation for another day as well. That's a conversation
well, you know
for another
what?
day
I
as
also
well.
wanted to actually acknowledge about our supposedly topic for this week.
Yes.
But because we would like to invite people who have knowledge about relationship.
Okay.
That's why we move it forward for next week.
Oh, you're going to put it on blast, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, this is something interesting about the show. She's putting the both of us on the clock. So this is very interesting. So next week on the show, we want to talk about relationships and the various things that go with that. Obviously, long-term relationships, short-term relationships, starting over, starting
one night stand relationship.
You know what? Those are the best kind if you ask me. But, hey, I digress. But, yeah, it's the best kind if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I got no problem saying I'm a man. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God, yes. Well, you're a musician, by the way.
I am.
So you see all those things out in the street, in
Wait
the
a minute.
hotel.
Wait, are you stereotyping me to saying all musicians just want to dine in
No,
bars?
I didn't say that. I don't.
Are you trying to say
No,
that?
no, don't put words into my mouth. I'm just saying that you're a musician. That's it.
That's not what I would like to see in your mouth. But, yeah, you set me up. You set me up. I'm sorry you set me up. You set me up for that.
This guy is so funny. You
set me up for that. I'm sorry. But yes.
Relationship.
Yes, but we're going to go for relationships. So hopefully you will keep an eye on us for when we come back next week. We'll be having someone on the show who talk about that on a professional level. Obviously, we'll have our own intake on that because, we are adults. We have some experience. Wink, wink. All right, so we have our own insights on that.
Hi, cousin Jose.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
Thank you for watching us. Yes, and you know what I'm really, really excited about is all about our competition. That is something that you guys gonna be excited about like me because I'm gonna kick his ass.
You really think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of think I'm gonna win. I kind of think I'm gonna win a lot.
Well, you're gonna actually just do it in purpose.
Oh, I gotta lose on purpose? What in the world? Man.
Let us know, viewers. Tell him to.
What? Okay, you know what? If I'm taking a dive, man, I'm taking a dive in a cool pool of water, baby. All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right.
See, what happened to this? I won't even see. The ladies, did you guys burn your bras in the 70s just so you can say, go ahead and lose?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. I see how it is. Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, you know what this is. This is so fun so far, and and we have so much more to talk about in the next episodes that's coming up in the near future.
Yes, we do.
And you better be here on time. 6 p.m. every Tuesday.
Okay.
At socialmediashows.com.
That's right.
Facebook.
Instagram.
Twitter.
YouTube.
And any
and all the various different versions and B-rate versions of all those joints. Mm-hmm. All right. And do you have Snapchat? All right. Well, Snapchat. I am not a snapper, but for all the Snapchat people, we'll have it there too. So we got to make sure we give love to Snapchat because that would be remiss for the people that do snap.
Yes.
People be snapping out there. They be snapping.
Yes. Well, I think we gonna go. We have at least a half-hour show today.
All right. That is nice.
Yes. So all you guys viewers, please like our page, Musician Loves Honey. That way you can get that notifications right
That's
away
right.
every time we go live.
That's right. And if you're gonna like and you get the notification, that means you gotta subscribe, right?
Yes.
So like the page, like the profile, hit subscribe. Go ahead and comment on the comments. I'm sure you have something interesting to say because it's the internet. Of
Yes.
course you have something interesting to say, right? You're important. You're an important person.
Yes.
Go ahead and comment online.
Yes.
All right?
Let us know what contest should we do on the first time.
Right, right. I mean, you know, we understand self-indulgence. We're entertainers, man. Go ahead and do that, right? And then, of course,
Yeah.
share with your friends and let everyone know about social media shows and Musician Loves Honey, and keep an eye on us and all the other shows that are here on this streaming channel. We look forward to seeing all you guys.
Yes, and we would like to say thank you to our
Yes, we got to
sponsor.
say it to our sponsors, which
Yes.
are
with our VIP
yes,
vacation. We have Fame Lash. We
That's
have
right.
Time to Tint.
mhm.
And I would like to say thank you to the place where we do shoot our trailer.
Yes, yes. Now, I want to give a
promo.
shout out to Caesars Entertainment, Dre's After Hours, and Indigo by Dre's for giving us the opportunity to go ahead and shoot our promo video on there. We will have that very soon, as it's ready for you guys. So that way we'll have our opening salvo to our show itself. That way you have that for us being the usual adorable people that we are. Right?
No, I'm.
See, you gonna make this non-PG girl talking doing that kind of stuff. What's wrong with you? You know you're too cute for that. You know, you know you're too cute for that around me, girl. Okay. See, that's what I say how it is. All right, I understand.
I'm the musician and I am the honey.
Well, you know what? I know someone's gonna want to put their tongue on that honey right there, honey. I know that's for sure. They're gonna want some of that sweet stuff. Keep messing around. Keep messing around, honey. See?
Well, we'll see you. Do you have any more to thank?
You know what? I just want to thank.
I would like to talk about tonight. Can
Sure.
you please go ahead and plug it in?
Oh, of course. For those who want to catch me, obviously, you know, this is a part of my new thing as well as my own page. But I will be over at the Rusty Putter Lounge.
Hello world, this is Musician Loves Honey and my name is Maria, the musician.
And this is Kevon, Tyrre. I'm the musician. Thank you very much. This crazy lady. Either way, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to another lovely edition of Musician Loves Honey up here in lovely Las Vegas. Hence the background we got right here. We always repping the stuff. Of course, I have the honor and privilege to be with this sexolita right here named Maria. How are you, darling?
I am doing amazing. How about you? You've been so busy and late. He is just exactly like Joe. I cannot see any difference.
I'm Rosie sad face. I'm sorry. I'm Rosie sad face. But I take full responsibility for my tardiness in all situations.
You have to turn that off.
Oh, well, excuse
Well,
me.
just lower down the voice. There you go.
Yeah, see,
So
I'm
is
learning,
now,
ladies and gentlemen. I'm learning.
And you know what? Since we just started the show and people already been waiting since 6 p.m.
Yes.
We wanna actually acknowledge all the viewers. Hi, James Swanson. Thank you for joining
What
joining
up?
us.
Pleasure to see you, man. Thank you for hanging out.
He has a show. It's coming up after our show, which
Yes, it
is
is.
the James Swanson Show.
Yep, comedian, strong dude, man. He's been out there doing his thing. Always great comedy, man. You should definitely check that out and see what's up with your boy, of course. And we have this lovely lady
Teresa.
right here.
Teresa Mays.
Yes, Teresa.
Yeah.
That's my dog, man. She's always been kicking it with me, man. She always come to the shows. She's recorded a lot of stuff for us, for me, and for the various acts I've been part of. She's always been a fan for a while. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you
that,
so much,
Teresa.
Teresa.
Right.
Yes,
Also, I
sure.
gotta say, she was a great cook. I have
Oh.
yes.
So we're gonna put her on JD's show.
Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea. You know, we'll talk about that. All right. Let's not see. She will try to blast you into doing some programming. So watch yourself. But we will talk about that. Maybe she's into it because she does a lot of interesting stuff. She makes great entrees, and she's very much into a lot of homeopathic stuff because of how she likes to live her life. So it'll be a good opportunity if she is open to that, of course, to show how she does those different type of things. That would be a different thing.
We would like you to be here on this seat right there.
You see how she's pushy, man. She's just a pushy.
No, I'm not
lady.
pushy. You know what? We just want to talk about your food. You know, as a guest.
I know. See, that's called pushy, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's called pushy. But nonetheless, appreciate you, Pureza, and obviously the invitation extended. So if you'd like to be part of the show, we'd love to have you.
Yes, yes. This is, this is a general public show. It's not
Yes,
about experts, about, people who's rich, who's, they just actually behind the scene.
Okay. See, I just figured you just want to throw people up there. That way you just hang out and just do your usual stuff like that. Oh yes, tell us more. Tell us more. I say I know what it is. It's all right.
You know what? This is our first segment. We obviously going to talk about parenting, how to kick your kids out of the house.
That's right. That's what we're talking about. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. No, for those who are over 40, or maybe in their late 30s, because people have their kids younger in life, that happens. When their kids get to a certain age, it can be difficult for a lot of those parents to deal with that because their whole lives wrap around their kids and what they're trying to do, what they're trying to be, set their goals for them, try to get them going. So when they move out, the issue now becomes, the question becomes, what does my life deal with now? And we thought that would be a good thing to talk about, considering that the both of us have kids of certain ages.
Yes, but before we go to our topic, we're gonna be talking about our event last week.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's get into that.
Yes. Before we say that, I would like to thank to all the people who came to our meeting, board meeting last week for social media shows. Viewers were meeting about growing our network, and eventually we're gonna have a huge event when we launch social media shows network, and all these hosts and hostesses of social media shows will be a big part of this event because it's their time to shine in front of everybody, not only in the camera. And I would like to say thank you to Rita Bajola. She actually sells Mary Kay products, so she did our makeup on that event. And of course, like what I was saying earlier, I reached out to 5 people for our photographer. As a photographer, I reached out to 5 people. 3 of them responded and willing to do it for free.
You want the free? Who doesn't love free 99? Thank you very much.
Free 99. Thank you. Well, the one who I picked is Mott Inverse. His name is Tom, and he is a great guy. He does a lot of photography here in Las Vegas. And you will see his information on our social media page and on our website. And tomorrow I will be featuring, because I will be showing a lot of the pictures tomorrow. That's the first time everybody will see their pictures.
Well, that's what I'm looking excited about. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so it's gonna be tomorrow, and you will see all Mott Inverse information. If go ahead and follow him on his Facebook so that you can see his art. It's right there. It's actually glamour versus porn, and I hope you're gonna have
glamour.
a chance. Glamour.
Yes, glamour versus porn. Glamour.
Glamour.
Right. It's all right. I mean, you do say English is your second language. I've never asked you what your first language is, but I'm gonna hold that.
No, don't worry about it.
Right, it's all right. I'm gonna hold that question for the time being. We get glamour versus porn. We had a good conversation about that after the meeting. We were having a little celebratory, tasty adult beverages. Wink, wink. Right. Shout out to the Westgate, by the way, for of course letting us be there and giving us the space in the room to be able to do all that.
And of course. And next to the rooftop.
That's right. We were having a good time, being very silly. If you caught any of that up there on Facebook Live with Jeezy and JD, and of course Miss Tina Turner, and all that cool stuff.
Yes.
And I got to give a shout out to JD, who's one of the new members of social media shows. He was cool enough to come out to my show this past Saturday at the Suncoast.
I sent him there. See, I have the ability to send people.
This type of stuff. She says everyone except herself, ladies and gentlemen. All right, how interesting is that? But what was cool is he didn't even tell me. He just came up, took some footage, which I appreciate, by the way. Thank you for that. And then he just bounced right out of like a thief in the night. And I'm like, this mother. Why could I could have gave him love. I could have said what's up. he went and bounced out on your boy, man. That's how you feel about your peoples, baby? How you feel about me? But it's all good. But nonetheless, thank you, man, for doing that. Appreciate the love, man. Obviously, I will be returning the favor when you have I'll just be one of your test guinea pigs, as long as I'm not allergic to.
Well, you know, JD is gonna be actually piloting. He's gonna come out with social media pilot episode on January 10th. So he's gonna be talking about his show, and on I believe March 3rd. We're gonna be doing kind of promo, of the show. It's all about food, baby. You know, we love food. No matter what's your size, everybody loves food because that's how we actually how body works, right?
Yeah,
we need
that's how we survive.
That's how we survive. Yes.
Right. That and water. All right.
Yes,
we need that to live. All right. Well, it's always good to make it tasty. And this guy has a strong resume of foods. Worked on various places all around, not just Vegas, but in Hawaii, one of his native places. And he has a very good assortment of different styles of doing stuff. And we've had the pleasure of having him on our show to premiere his style and his forthwith and his point of view about food for people that like us, because I'm narrow with food. We were just talking about it before we got on the show. We were talking about a scent that I thought was lovely here in the studio here. She thought it smelled horrible, and I was like, "What is that about?" Conversely, she was talking about how she loves tequila, and I think tequila is nasty. She's like, "No, it's delicious," but that's the point. The point is everyone has different
Remember
tastes.
that sangria that I gave you?
Yes.
I couldn't handle the taste.
Right. Now, that was at our meeting, and we were doing toast, and she liked sangria. Now, this shows our differences. I like things sweet. So for her, the sangria
I love my Patron.
Right, and for me, that is a bitter thing.
No, it's not.
But that's
it's
the difference.
smooth.
No, see, smooth means flavor.
No, it's not.
Yeah, see, smooth means
Okay.
flavor. But I like things sweet. So for me, like the sangria, like something else other than Patron. But for her, she likes things of a more room temperature type situation. And I say that for a lack of a better thing, because I know tequila is not room temperature. That's chilled. Well, so I do know that much. But for her, she likes things that's not as sweet. She likes it a little more tart, a little more bitter, right?
Yes.
That's a good way to say
I would
it.
like to say hi to Deborah Barnes for tuning in.
Oh,
Thank you,
Deborah.
sweetheart.
What's up, honey? How you doing, girl? Good to see you. Right, another one of the fans. She always comes out to the show and sees us. Thank you very much for checking us out.
Yes,
All
thank you.
right.
Well, talking about JD's show, it's
Yes.
gonna be Good Kind Grinds.
That's right.
Good Kind. Kind is Kine. It's like a Hawaiian thing.
Oh, cry. That's right.
Yeah.
He's from Hawaii.
Yeah, so
Right.
it's Good Kind Grind. So it's go on his page because we have he beat us with followers. So viewers, follow our musician loves honey. We don't want actually this newcomer getting more likes than us, but we still promote it, right?
Of course, look, I'm not mad now. This is what I'm saying. You see the boss lady right here, right? The one that's running up here all the hours. I call her talking about get some sleep. She's like, no, I got one more thing to do. So all of her people that she's putting on the show is actually helping her build her brand and her product. But she's still trying to win. See, I dig that. I dig that. She's like, listen, I appreciate all that, but you ain't outselling me. What the? See, I dig that. That's grind, that's hustle, man. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, JD.
Good Kind Grinds.
Coming to you soon on social media shows. It's going to be a great thing. Hopefully I can have my friend Pureza on there.
Yes,
She's been itching
please.
to be on
well,
there
she
anyway.
actually answered and she said, Deborah said tequila.
I'll have to take you up on that, and tequila is the drink.
Yeah,
Let's see.
yes. You see, I told you. High five, Deborah. High five.
See, no, but I'll tell you what. She's like you, though. She's more of the room temperature, not as sweet, more of the tart, that kind of thing.
Deborah, let's do a shot, baby.
Right, but see, that's what you call just numb taste buds, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not mad at y'all.
Well, I'm numb in the heart, not in, it's so for this.
Well, you know what? If you're gonna be numb in the heart, how you gonna make anything else numb in the proper way, honey?
Yeah, it's all numb. But anyways, talking about
you gotta make somebody make that day hot.
Then talking about our event last week, it's so amazing. I love it. Thank you so much, Joseph. Escoda drove from
Yes.
Santa Barbara, California, just to come to this meeting, and it's amazing. I really apologize to those people who actually couldn't accommodate at that time. I would like to say happy anniversary to the son, and you know, it's amazing to see all these people at the event, and hopefully you all going to be invited into our bigger events coming up soon. We're not giving out the exact time yet because we're still working on it.
Yes.
Yes.
We still got things to work out, and we got the logistics, quote unquote, to deal with.
Yes.
Gotta make sure we got the place, we got all the food, we got the wine, we got the tequila.
Sangria. Well, anyways,
More sangria, please.
For those people who wanted us to feature you guys on our show, and you are in a restaurant, we love you to cater our event coming up soon. Or if you guys have that sound system, I know we both know a lot of sound system company here, but for those people, we still gonna promote all those companies that we are associated with. But if we are not associated with you, well, this is your chance.
Well, all those people out there that want exposure, that want to be nice to people that are on the come up, wink, wink, wink. All right, please go ahead and shoot us some information. Let us know about y'all. We would love to have you to give you some exposure, to give you some extra love. And even if it's that, let's go past that. For all the people that's just trying to support entrepreneurs here in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Because we all trying to make it go. We're not trying to just try to be on ourselves. It takes a village for us to do this all together. So everyone who wants to partner with us in any which way, we greatly appreciate that. Please hit us up on the comments and hit us up on the email, which is
info@socialmediashows.com.
Yes.
And go and see, visit our page, which is our website, which is socialmediashows.com.
That way you can get everything that we're on and what we're about, and then of course you can pitch what we're trying to do, and hopefully we can help each other out in that way, shape or form. All right.
Well, you know what? We're gonna go on the second segment, and we're gonna be talking about parenting.
Yes.
How do you kick your grown up?
See, let me help her out, because we're dealing with empty nest syndrome on the next segment. So we're going to talk about how parents of a certain age, once their kids get to a certain age, how they deal with that looming situation or after the fact. And we both have.
I don't want to interrupt you, but let me tell you something.
Yes.
This is in our show, it's always about surprises.
Uh-oh, what are you up to now?
And our surprise today is, we don't want to we are both parents.
Yes,
right?
we are.
And we need to learn what are these kids think about it too.
What do they think about what?
About them going out early out the house.
Okay.
So we're gonna actually listen to their own perspective. So
are you sure you want to do that?
Yes, there's two kids that are actually willing to be on our show on our next segment.
Oh, see, now this sounds like nepotism in the worst way to me, but all right, we gonna go there, girl. This your show, man. We gonna make this work. So, ladies and gentlemen, hang out. We got a lot to do with y'all. This is Musician Loves Honey here on Social Media Shows. So stick around. We're gonna see what kind of nepotism this crazy lady has in mind, y'all. All right?
But I don't have a plan.
Oh, of course you don't have a plan. She's just trying to take the hot seat off herself because she knows I like to throw it on her like that. That's what it is. She don't like asking She's like, oh, something personal? She wants to be like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. But no, see, you're not getting off the hook, honey. You're not doing that.
I am. But anyways, we'll see you guys on the next segment. Thank you for tuning in.
This is Musician Loves Honey on Social Media Shows. We're going to pay these bills. We'll be right back with y'all. Stay tuned.
Loyalty runs true, bloodline through and through. There'll never be a princess more royal than you. Princess, oh princess, we love you. Princess, oh princess, we know you. Lady Diana, our hearts are still true, and we miss you. We will always remember your warm and giving ways. You're still an inspiration that can help us through the days of passionate and beautiful. You're in our hearts to stay. Princess, oh princess, we love you. Princess, oh princess, we know you. Lady Diana, our hearts are still true, and we miss you. Miss your caring, loving smile, your sensitive and down-to-earth style. Princess of Wales, we know you. Lady Diana, we miss you. Mother of two, our hearts are still with you. Oh, princess, we love you. Oh, princess, we still love you.
Χαλό, γεια σας όλοι. Είμαι το Greek Jeep.
Και εγώ είμαι ο Γιωργάκης, καλησπέρα.
Και είμαστε από τη Φλόγια από το Las Vegas.
Φλόγια από το Flame of Las Vegas.
Yes, and you could watch us every Monday at 4 o'clock live at social media shows.
And that's 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
Ναι. And κάθε Δευτέρα, let's say in Greek too.
Σε κάθε Δευτέρα στις 4 ώρα το απόγευμα,
ναι,
στο Pacific Savings Time,
στο social media shows, μπορείτε να βλέπετε το δικό μας show.
Φλόγα
του Las Vegas. Άντε, γεια σας.
Γεια σας.
Musician Loves Honey, and this is Maria. I'm the musician.
So you keep saying that. I've yet to hear you hit a high note, and I won't say how I want to say it, just because we have the younger versions of people here, and I wanted to get to know me before I get anything really crazy. All right. So my name is Kevon Tyrre, and this is our second segment of the show, and our segment is about parents who are dealing with the empty nest syndrome, and we, because the lady, of course, is in charge and felt like she had nothing better to do, she wanted to bring her lovely daughter on the show. Please say your name.
My name is Trish.
Trish. All right, and this is her friend. Please say your name.
Kimberly.
Trish and Kimberly, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is the situation, all right? We are talking about how parents deal with empty nest syndrome. And for those who don't know what that is, when your child gets to a certain age, 16, 17, 18 and up, they prepare for high school, to graduate, they prepare for college, they prepare for work, they may go out of the country, they may move out, and parents go, what the hell am I going to do with my life now? Because it's been surrounded around these damn kids. So, what we're going to do first is we're going to talk about the opposite side of that.
Yes, the other perspective.
Right, so why don't we start with the person who has the biggest hot seat here besides the host herself, because you're not off the hook. You are not off the hook. She always tries to. So we're going to start with my co-host's lovely daughter, Trish. Right? See how my daughter
So are you gonna,
smile.
hold on, are you gonna ask, let me ask a question.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm gonna ask you because I already know the answer.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think I know.
All right,
Let me ask you
go.
this. Let me ask this to you, young ladies. I know that you guys are on your way out to your parents' house, right? And as a parent myself, you're my daughter, you know how I feel. We talk about this since you're 14, I guess. And for me, especially Filipinos, they love, you know, the bondness with their kids are more, they don't, even how old their kids are, as long as they're still single, and a lot of Filipino families out there, even though their kids are married, they still want to keep them both and the grandkids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for me is, I love to see my kids actually staying in the house forever with me. That's how I felt.
Right.
But in my case, my son already is out the door, and my
Right.
daughter is on her way out, and
Right.
I just couldn't let them go. What is you guys' perspective about a parent like me? Go start with Kim.
I feel like a lot of kids are so already prepared, you know, to leave. Like they're like, oh, I got this going on, I got this
That's
going
what you
on.
think.
I gotta go, you know, and then they're like, their moms and their dads are like, wait, you know, I miss you, I love you, you know, let's go do this, stay here, spend time with me, you know. And like, they just blow them off, you know, like, no, I got this, I got that, you know. But I feel like when you actually leave, you know, then it's like, oh man, mom, dad, you know, like, I miss you, you know.
Right.
But in the moment, I feel like a lot of young people are like, you know, I gotta go, because like there's so much, not necessarily pressure, but pressure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I got college, I got this, I gotta, you know, rent, I gotta blah, 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 you know, and it's like, oh, you know, but in the end, I feel like you really end up missing you guys.
All right. Well, all right. Let's ask this one here. Let's ask this one right here.
I already miss my mom, and I haven't even moved out yet.
You see, such a wussy statement. What a wussy statement.
No, I mean, like,
Wuss.
like a year ago, I was thinking like, oh my God, like I want to move out. Like how she was saying, you know, like we gotta go. But then like after graduating and everything, and thinking about like all the expenses and all of this stuff, and how I don't really spend time with my mom in like my teen years because I was out with friends in high school and all of that. I was like, you know, I want to stay here. I want to stay home. I want to be with my mom. I want to save up money so that I'm stable and I don't have to lean on her anymore. So
Smart kid.
yeah, like.
I get her logic. I'll think from my perspective, when I was their age, I was prepared, but wasn't prepared. Right.
You're never ever prepared.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because that's the kind of thing that only experience can teach you. You know, but as far as mentally being prepared, and I left like 22. I was like in college still. I was still kind of figuring things out. But it just got to the point that I needed to have my own space, because as you get older, that identity, it can sometimes complement how your parent lives, or sometimes it can be counterproductive, because how you want to do your own thing is it just rises up. And they have their own identity of how they do things,
Yeah.
and that classism of I'm the parent, you're the
How
child.
old are you when you move out?
I was 22.
Are you a bad kid, good kid?
I was the oldest, which means it didn't matter if I was bad or good. I had a responsibility to deal with everyone else's stuff. All right,
Well,
but
yeah, that answer, I know already the answer when you say
right.
it. Yeah, so I
So
cannot figure it
right,
out.
but I would say, okay, well, let's flip this over. How about when you moved out? When you were moving out
You
as a
know what?
child?
My situation is totally complicated. It's because I have my son in early age.
Well, I had the same thing my mother had me when she was a young age, so why don't you expound on
Yeah,
that?
so
How
how
did
did
that
you
make
move
it
out?
interesting?
No, I didn't really move out. I went and get a job and have to stay on the job, because you have to stay on the job. You don't go home.
Well,
So
but the thing is, how did your mom feel about that, and how was the dynamic between the two of you in that situation?
Well, we are 6 kids.
Right.
So technically, me moving out or staying in is my mom's doesn't care. No, well, she cares, but probably she's like, okay, I have to take care of the other kids.
Or at least concerned.
Yes, it's the least concern for her. And living in the Philippines is totally different from in living here in the U.S.
In what way?
Yeah, living in the Philippines is than living here in the U.S. is totally different scenario. We are in the Philippines.
I understand. So, I mean, in what way was it different for you in that situation versus for, let's say, for them here in America?
Well, in the Philippines, it's you live in one household no matter what.
Right.
Like what I was telling earlier about Filipinos, they live with their kids. Here in the U.S., is cost of living are way higher. In the Philippines, you can go on your garden and just eat the crops out of your garden.
Right.
You don't need extra money as long as you have crops. See, here in the U.S. you cannot do that. You need to go work. And if it's, if you are in the U.S. and it's less cost to stay alone by yourself, it's way better than that. You have to go. Everybody has to go work to find a job. In the Philippines, you can actually stand on your, on your butt all day long, all year long without getting a job. So we don't. I work when I'm 14, but it's not like work to make a living. It's like work to kind of like do something.
I have to ask you though, because even though that's interesting, you're not answering the question. I had to call you up. I got you. I'm sorry. So you're not answering the question. So I have you. So,
I'm not off the hook?
No, I'm not. No, you're not off the hook. So how was the dynamic? Was it between you and your mother when you were their age? As far as you moving on with your life and taking that next step forward.
You know what, my dad is okay. We have two parents, right? My mom is more of focusing on the other kids, like who is actually less concerned, right? I'm less concerned, or my brother is less concerned than me. My mom actually focused on something that is more important at that point. However, my dad used to follow me wherever I go. I remember on my junior senior prom.
Okay.
I was junior, and then my dad was on the gate of the school waiting for me. I didn't even stay on the dance. I never danced because my dad is just right there.
And how did that situation make you feel?
Oh, it was really bad. I was crying. I was like, it's my junior senior prom.
Right. Now, all right. Now, for me, my daughter is 17.
Oh,
Right.
Congratulations.
Oh, well, I needed that 17 years ago. Right.
Which one do you want?
What?
Which one do you want? Condolence or congratulations?
I think it's both, actually. I think it's both. So, and she lives in Reno, and she goes to beauty school, and she sings like me and all that stuff. But for me, it's a little different.
We'll get her in here too.
Well, my daughter's a shy lady, so we'll see about that. But mine was different because she moved when she was 12 from me.
Well, she went to her mother.
Well, yeah, she went to her other relatives out of town, out of country, well, out of state, I should say. And so for me, I had to deal with it early, of her letting her go. You know what I mean? Even though I wasn't prepared for that situation. None of us on my side of the family were. We were very distraught. But it's a little complicated for me now, emotionally, because she's been living on her own for a while now. She knows what she wants. She's going after it. Obviously, I'm happy for her and I'm proud of her and I love her very much.
Good job.
It's still very
and she just graduated, right?
Yeah, she graduated high school. I was there at her graduation in Kansas, which was amazing. She sang at the church.
And you're graduating soon too.
She already did.
Oh, congratulations! Yay!
Right.
And then my daughter, actually, I'm so proud to actually announce.
See, my daughter makes the same grin. She just makes that child like this. Yeah.
She was in junior last year, and she finished her senior high school when she was on junior high.
Well, good for you. So that means you're taking college classes now?
Yes, I am.
All right. And what is your major?
Business.
Business, like your mother. Very cool. All right. Now, I want to talk about one thing about this. Because I know that she will avoid it. She touched on it briefly, and that is your older brother, her son. Right. Now, my thing is, because I know he has a child of his own now, and he's right. But when he no, all I want to know, and I'll let you off the hook after this. When he moved out, how did that make you feel? Because we are talking about empty.
I followed him.
You followed him?
Yes,
we actually did.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
We followed him. I mean, like, he lived with my aunt, and we just kind of let him there. And then we realized he was moving to Oahu, so then we moved to Oahu. And he said he was moving to Vegas, and we moved to Vegas.
That sounds scary.
But now,
he needs us.
but now I'm ready.
Listen, I get it.
No, I'm ready now. I'm ready now.
But that's very interesting. Only because, like, my youngest sister actually, she moved to Chicago for 3 years. Now, granted, it's a little different because she was older, you know, and all that stuff. And I know our country is different in certain regards. But when she said she wanted to move to Chicago, my point of view personally was, as an adult, you have to branch out and do your own thing and live your own life. Obviously, she needs us, we're here. But go ahead and branch out and do that, and don't be afraid to branch out and live the life you have. Where you, conversely, was branch out, but I'm going to hook you and follow you where you're going.
Not really.
Just skiing along, right?
No, really, because I feel like when you, the whole difference between Philippines and the U.S., like Filipino people love to we love family. We stay together. Like my grandma and her sister is in Hawaii. They're together. It doesn't really matter. Even my cousin, she's like, what, 23 almost this year? She's still living with her mom. Yeah. And then, we're not really we're not doing that. We're not putting a hook on him, you know. He still lives his own life. He does whatever he wants.
I understand that. However, when you say he moved here, so you guys made it to point to we're moving there too. Now, this is what I'm saying. I'm kind of going in where you didn't say. When he decided to move, there was not the conversation, unless you tell me otherwise, that he's moving and you decided you're moving in tandem with him. It was, I'm moving, so you guys decided on your own, we're going where he's going.
Not really, because it's not like as soon as he moved, we followed him right afterwards. It was more
I think
of
you
like...
have to have your own dog show.
It was more of like, he moved to Oahu because he wanted to go to college there. And we were like, oh, okay, cool, you know, but then, you know, living... Sometimes, you know, it gets complicated. We have money problems and all of that. So we have to follow where we go. Like Oahu was a lot cheaper than Kauai. So that was okay. And then he moved to Nevada to get a better college, like, you know, whatever. And we didn't move to Vegas right afterwards. We actually went to Minnesota, lived there for a little bit.
Right.
And then we were
like, about that.
Yeah, and then her and her boyfriend had problems, like I said. And we moved here to Vegas because we realized it was a lot cheaper. Like we're not just following him. He was moving back to Hawaii, but we're not gonna move back to Hawaii.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna put my watch on that just to see what happens. Since you guys already were just like, oh, how long has it been? 6-9 months. Pack the truck. It's time to go. Pack the truck. You know, so you never know.
Well, the main thing is our topic is about parenting, how to let go of your kids, and we have the perspective of these two beautiful kids right here, and they are both my daughters. This is my adopted daughter, and this is my biological daughter.
Oh God, here we go. Here we go.
She's not wrong.
My thing is she just likes to put other people there that way. She doesn't have to try to talk about herself, because she's just like, oh, what do you want to know about me? Nothing, and run. Right?
But anyways, yes, we are dealing with, you know, a lot of parents actually deal with, the thing is they deal with emptiness when the kids leaves. And I remember few years ago, I was like just thinking about it. It's just like what I'm gonna do now, like what I should do. So I'm gonna be by myself. I'm gonna be lonely. Oh no, that's why I started social media shows.
You needed something to fill the time, right?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
So it works. And you know what? Having two beautiful kids and very smart kids, I am so proud. Whatever path they're taking, I will, as long as they're happy, I will be happy for them.
That's right. As long as they're happy and it doesn't include legal fees, it's all good. You know, that's all it is. All right. Now, I mean, I get that, because like for my daughter, she does her own thing. I'm very proud of her. Obviously, I worry about her a lot, but you know that's what parents do. But I'm very happy for her, and it's just very emotionally confusing. I want to say it the proper way. It's emotionally confusing because you want them to live their lives, but at the same time, emotionally, it's hard to release that, to know that they can make their own decisions, and because they're at the age to do that. But you still feel like you want to save them or you want to protect them. Right. And I get that, because I know what my mother, she was very protective. She was hard on us, but she was very protective of all of us. And to this day, you know, I'm 43 years old.
Yeah,
I'm an
I
old
know, I
man.
see
To
that
them, I'm
video.
old as dirt.
I see that video when she's
Right.
like crying as when seeing you.
Yeah, because it was the first time because none of us have been there together in Arizona. So we've never been there since she moved there like a couple of years ago. So it was the first time we all did that together as siblings.
Wow.
So that was
It's
my mother's
amazing. It's
60th
amazing.
birthday.
You know that is priceless. When I see that video, it's just like, Mom, we need you to be on our show too.
Oh God, well I'm sure she'll love that because you know she's like her son.
I know. You were
Media lover.
Yeah.
Media lover,
Well,
right?
yeah,
You know. she's
yeah.
on
Well,
that.
viewers, this is our input. We're gonna come back again for another. We're gonna continue this topic with only us.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
we would like to
you
know.
use the kids enough, I think, right now at this juncture. All right, and besides, even though and please keep in mind all the people out there in the internet. Yes, they're adorable, but they're still underage. Keep your thoughts to yourselves.
Yes.
Keep your thoughts to yourself.
Don't
At
be
least,
fooled by the tattoos.
all right, so at least wait till they're 18, and then after that, if you're gonna have the thoughts, still keep it PG-13.
Yes, and also, what do you think about our topic, parenting, how to let go of your kids? Please, we want to learn what you think because this topic will be continued in the following weeks.
Yes. So anyone who has an input and want to give your opinion on that, we will have that in our private chat. So go ahead and say what you feel on the comments. Go ahead and speak your mind. Be interesting. If it's interesting something about them being cute, I understand that, but keep it PG because they are underage.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Just put that out there because guys are interesting. I understand nature, but let's use our brains about it, guys. I don't want the feds coming to your door. All right. All right.
Musician Loves Honey. We'll be right back.
Thank you guys for hanging out.
Follow me on Instagram.
that's my adorable kids.
Yes,
Mommy.
they were very adorable. Now, don't get mad if they're just a bit more adorable than you, because, they're the next
that's
generation.
my kids. Yeah, of course.
Hey, of
I
course.
understand that.
Yeah,
That is actually a compliment when they say they're.
I know it's a compliment, honey. You got some good DNA.
Of course.
It's just, and it's sad that you won't split that DNA with me. I'm just saying. It's very sad, but I'm not mad at you. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm just saying, girl. All right, see, that's her blowing to the kids as they walk past us, off to do what other crazy kids do. It was like what we did 20 years ago without computers,
Yeah, without computers.
Without computers, right. So it's all good, but we had a good time thus far doing this lovely thing.
Parenting.
Right,
How
talking
to kick
about
out
that.
your kids.
You see how she says it? You see how she is? See, that's why your heart is cold, girl. That's why men like me trying to warm it up, but I see how it is. All right,
But anyways, yeah. Well, let's continue the parenting.
Sure.
Yeah. We supposedly have Ronald McDonald's. He is running for assemblyman,
That's
District
right.
20.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, there's something came up,
Mhm.
and I'm not gonna actually let everybody know what happened. But he is all about parenting.
Right.
It's because his kids were taken away from him.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just like a normal thing happening in the U.S. Like when women start reporting men, the court give them the kids, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of what's good about Nevada, for a lot of people that don't know, because Nevada is kind of transient and a lot of stuff goes on. Believe it or not, a lot of the men get custody of the kids.
Oh, really?
That's true. That happens because women are doing just whatever.
Oh, yes.
Now, we're not saying that women are doing all things bad. Of course, that's not the case. But because of the various jobs and various things that happen, a lot of cases men get custody of the children and are single dads. And I was one of those people for a time. But
4 kids?
no, just one. I just had my one daughter. No. That was my mother. And for one time, she had 7 of us. Because my mother had myself and my 3 sisters, and she adopted 3 children that were all related. That were brothers and sisters as well.
Oh, nice.
So,
Can you tell Mom, can you please adopt me?
you know what? I'm trying to adopt you, but you won't let me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, girl. I'm listen. All I'm trying to do.
You gonna be my father?
Well, you can call me daddy.
Daddy.
You can call
How
me
much
daddy.
sugar, Daddy?
Well, hey. Well, as long as you got some sugar in there, mama.
Shoot.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mind getting a sweet tooth for the right reason, girl. I'm just saying, pineapples is sweet, so I'm just saying, anyway.
Yes, we're gonna go back to parenting.
Yes. Anyway, we're talking about parenting, not making kids, all right? Yeah.
But anyways, yes, you know what, I want to actually acknowledge what they said earlier.
Yes.
And I really don't expect that.
What do you mean?
Well, I didn't really expect that there are more, a lot of kids these days, they have like, yeah, I want to go out from my parents' house.
Mhm.
But these kids actually put up their, in opposite of what I would expect to a kid.
Okay,
Yeah,
I see what you're talking
yes,
about.
I'm not talking about my daughter. I already know. We already talk about
Duh,
this so
she's your
many.
daughter, so yeah, I get that
So, see, they're so smart. Which is, I always tell my daughter. I said, you know what? Whenever she said, when can I move out? And I said, why don't you do this? Sorry, excuse me. Why don't you do this? Save a lot of money. Put all your money in the bank while you're living free with me.
Right.
And then plan for your move out.
Yeah, that
That's
makes
why
sense.
she said that.
That's
Yeah.
what's up, and I get that. My upbringing was a little different because my grandmother was very much into molding people to be strong for life.
Yeah.
So my mother, through that baptism by fire, became strong, and off of that tutelage, she did the same to myself and my sisters, in more or less the same way, but curtailed for our personalities. So for us, when the opportunity came, none of us, like your daughter, none of us were like ran out right at 18. We all kind of had our time to get it together. Some of it was because of a personality clash.
Yeah.
Other things were because of just it was just our time to go, and the time was right, and we saved the money. So it was very different for us because for my mom, at least from my point of view, because my mother may differ, it was, I want to build you to be able to prepare yourselves for lives, and when the time comes for you to get out there, I know that you can handle everything that goes to you. you know, and she, in the long run, because, you know, in my 20s, it wasn't that great. So in the long run, she, you know, she did a good job. Because my sisters all work, they all have their families, you know, my daughter and I are
You know
have
what?
a nice relationship.
You know, I always say this: no matter how you know how our parents brought us up, it's always the right way, no matter what. It's probably sometimes we think, you know what? I'm speaking on based on experience.
I understand that,
Yeah.
and that's my slight disagreement is based off experience as well. You know, and I'm not all the way disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that to your point of experience, as we're getting older, we find the things that our parents gave us that fit in our lives and don't fit in our lives.
Yeah.
And the people that are smart,
Like me.
that is debatable in this particular instance. In this particular instance, the smart ones can figure it out as life goes on.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I'm smart.
Well, that's still.
I'm pretty. I'm smart.
I'm not saying that you're
you
dumb,
know,
obviously. I mean, come
and
on, this is a
I have
channel. I'm not saying-
personality. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
See?
But my point is, for a lot of people, they kind of are pushed into that situation to make that situation.
Yeah.
Not everyone. Most people never self-reflect and say,
yeah.
this doesn't fit, this does. They're put in situations. Like most people, I was put in situations where I had to self-reflect, where I had no choice but to self-reflect. And then I had to make those decisions then when it was right in my face to say, this works for me based on what I grew up as with, and this doesn't fit for me anymore. So mine was more of an extreme version of that, but I think most adults, when they have that situation, it's usually something that's never that they'll like break themselves down and figure it out. Life will get in the way and they'll be confronted with that issue and they'll have to figure it out on the fly. And they build as they go.
Yeah.
So.
You know what, Kevon? Since we're talking about parenting, I just want to bring this up. In the past few weeks, I met these two girls.
Yes.
Two girls. They're in their. One is 19 and the other one is 20 years old.
Okay.
Both are girls.
Right.
And along the conversation that we had to each other, well, separately. Okay. I was talking to this young girl and she told me that she never seen her parents since she was 14. This is a 20-year-old girl.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm like being me very protective with my kids that I don't want them to go. I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it. And like
That
surprised.
happens. That happens to a lot of people. I mean, it happened to me. Because my daughter left at 12.
Well, she didn't laugh.
But I didn't have any contact with her for 5 years. Up until her graduation.
Yeah, well,
at 17.
your situation with your daughter is totally different because this one, the parents left her.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah.
They just gone.
Gone. And then they're gone. So she was. I was like, I was so surprised that a parent would do that. Not to judge other parents. There
Yes,
are different
of course.
situations. But when I was talking to this young girl, my heart really. Like I got really broken-hearted after that because I felt so hurt that this kid is trying to, when you're 18 or above, it's okay. But
I mean,
when
it's still hard
14,
at 18,
yeah, it's
but
still
even
hard.
then, as you know, a young girl, out there in the world, and as a woman, obviously, you speak to all the things that you deal with in those situations.
Yeah.
That's a very tough situation to
It
do
is.
that, especially on your own with no support system.
Yeah, so, well, to make this story short, now, the same week, I was talking to this other young girl, this is the 19-year-old.
Yes.
And she's like, oh, so you're living with your family, your parents? It's like, no. My parents, like, about a few years ago, they're on their own. I'm
Right.
like, few years ago, you're only 19. Yeah. I was 17 when my mom went on drugs and my dad just disappeared. I'm like, holy cow. I'm like, I felt like God put me in that situation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna adopt these two kids now. But anyways, I felt so bad and
Give them their own talk show?
yeah, no, not necessarily. So, well, they're living with somebody who could help them. I hope so. because I know what's going on with a 20-year-old. But
Right.
anyways, it's still heartbreaking what's going on.
Of
But
course.
anyways, so I actually connect them both.
Uh-huh.
I said, you know what, you have the same situation. Probably you guys can be friends and learn from each other.
Right.
Yeah. And this is really good news. A few
Okay.
days ago, the 20-year-old actually called me and said, "Hey Maria, do you know that my uncle reached out to me? He's bringing all his family here in Vegas, and I'm gonna meet them."
That's beautiful.
I was like, we were like hugging each other because I felt so happy. I said, you know what, you have to go. You have to go. He was supposedly actually an our event.
Okay.
And he said, and then when she told me that, I'm like, no, go, sweetheart.
Of course.
Go and see your family and be happy. Feel that, feel that emptiness in you.
Yes.
Yeah, find your family.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful situation. You know?
It is.
I mean, my family's had those situations. Matter of fact, oh my goodness, I didn't even know he was here. Look at that. So we should have had him on the show talking about it.
No.
Yeah, we should have, because he would have been the first one, because he was the first one out the door.
But anyway.
That way now his Instagram followers would go up if he showed him like this now, for sure. They'd be like, oh, Kawabanga, baby. Oh.
But I have a beautiful kids. But
Yes, you
anyways,
do.
yeah, parenting is really, really hard. I understand to all parents out there, it's not easy, especially, I always say this, there is no right or wrong way to raise your kid, because probably the way that you think it's right, probably wrong.
Yep, there is no wrong way until the cops knock on your door. Okay? That's basically what she's trying to say. All right, so to kind of wrap this up, kind of, sort of, when obviously being a parent is hard in any stretch of the imagination.
Yes.
And it's definitely hard because you put so much energy and time into those children to be sure that they're okay and give them the best part of yourselves. Sometimes inadvertently give them the worst part of yourselves. And then, of course, that comes back and bites you 20 years later. And all that fun stuff. And so when someone decides to move on with their lives in any stretch, it's always going to be hard for them because of the time and the effort that you put into it. But you have to trust that you did the right thing. You have to trust that you can be there for them, that you can support them. Obviously give them an ear for advice and guidance. In some ways that your parents gave you, in other ways that your parents didn't think about giving, that you want to give them yourselves. You know, but the bottom line is to, they're people, as Ray Romano famously said when his kids got grown, they're people. So you gotta just, you gotta trust that they're gonna do well,
right thing, yes.
and not
right thing.
and not stalk them when they move around from country to from
Well, you
state
know what,
to state.
I'm over that. Yeah, I learned my lesson. Well, not really lesson. I'm happy that I did what I did.
Okay.
And moving forward, I'm already ready to let go of my son. So
I mean, it's easy
because
to
he's
do
he's
when,
adult. He's
well,
an
yeah.
adult kid. He knows what's right or wrong. But
Of course he does.
every week when I don't hear from him, I still say, "Are you okay?" Because that's the main thing. Is as long as they're okay, whatever they're doing now, it's fine.
Like they'll, as adults, as young adults and adults, they'll have their hardships and their issues that we all deal with.
Yes.
But as long as they have their head on right, and even if things are not looking great, they know that they can find a way through it. They call the parents and, "How you doing?"
Yes.
"I'm okay." I may not be doing as great as I want to be, but I'm okay. I can handle that. And you just gotta trust that they can find their way through it. If not, then that's what we're here for.
Yes.
Try to help them out.
That's for the third segment. We're gonna come back on our fourth segment, and stay tuned.
All right, this is Musician Loves Honey on social media shows. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us. We got more to come. We'll be right back.
What's going on social media? Alright, this is for all my coffee drinkers out there, for everybody who has a coffee addiction, spending about $100 to $200 a week on Starbucks or McDonald's, and 2-for-1s will get you. Yeah, I don't believe in the hype. Alright, anyways. Alright, real simple. Right? You're going to take your milk, your creamer, whatever you want, you're going to put just about like that much. Now, your discretion. And you're going to take some coffee. Now, with the coffee, you want to use chilled coffee. Chilled, like pre-refrigerator or pre-freezered, at least in the freezer for a couple hours, so that way it's nice and cold. So you want to make it also 3 times as strong as you make your regular coffee. Yeah, at least 3 times as strong, depending on how wired you want to get. Yeah, so you take your 3 times strong coffee. You're gonna pour it right in, and you're gonna fill your blender about halfway to whatever you're gonna fill it on. Yeah, and then you're gonna take your sugar, just like you're making regular coffee. Yeah. Except we're blending it and we're making it into a frappuccino. So you take your sugar, 1. Depends on how sweet you want your coffee. Yeah, me, I like mine a little bit on the sweeter side. Yeah. Put in your coffee. And me, I'm a Nutella kind of guy. You can put like Hershey syrup, whatever you want, but you can add that later on. But me, I'm a Nutella guy, so I like to add a little bit of Nutella in my blend. So I take a spoonful of Nutella to give it that Nutella flavor. So I put in the Nutella. And now I'm going to take a little bit of heavy whipping cream, just a little bit, just to whip it up a little bit, yeah? Because I'm going to put whipped cream on top anyway. So I just want just a little bit of that. And now the ice. You're going to put the ice in. And you're going to want to fill it up until the liquid, well, not too much. There's a line on your blending cup where it's going to tell you maximum fill. But the more ice you put, the thicker the blend is going to be. If you want less thick, then you put less ice. You want it more thick, you put more ice. Alright, so then you're going to close that up. Alright, so now after you did all your blending and everything like that, and you got the consistency that you want, that nice thick creamy consistency, well, all depends. Now, if you want it thicker, you always put more ice cubes. Now, if it's too thick and you want to make it thinner, you can always add milk or your creamer or whatever you want, some type of liquid, which will thin it back up. Right? So what you do now is you take the cup that you're going to pour your Frappuccino in, you're going to fill it up to the amount of coffee that you want. So this came out perfect. Now I'm on the go, so this is going to work out really well. And you take your whipped cream, and you do it fancy like they do it at the stores. Just like that. Boom. Take your Hershey syrup. Small little drizzle right on top. Just like the pros do it. Yeah? Then you want to take your caramel. Drizzle with the caramel. Now for the final touch, get your straw, and you're ready for drinking. Got yourself a Frappuccino, and you just saved yourself $2.05. Alright, now for all you coffee lovers out there, I think I have an offer for you that you might be interested in. I am giving away a $100 gift card to Starbucks. Awesome, right? Okay, all you gotta do is follow the directions in the description here on Facebook or Instagram. Or you can go to my page on Facebook at Good Kind Grinds and follow the description on my pilot episode post. Now this is for everybody around the world. Okay, it don't matter where you are. As long as you got a Starbucks in your neighborhood or in your country, and you got a cell phone, email, or a mailing physical address, or it don't even matter if you're in the correctional system. If you win this contest, I will get you that card. All right, I gotta go because pretty soon I'm gonna be getting a call from Boss Lady like, $100 gift card. What the hell are you thinking, Jenny? Blah 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 blah. All right, until the next episode, aloha.
Hi, this is Maria.
Hey, and you're here with Joe.
And this is Maria and Joe Live TV.
Absolutely. Of course, you're probably going to see a recording of this later on. But we meant to do it live. We were live when we did it, correct?
Yes.
There you go.
Welcome back to Musician Loves Honey, and always I'm the musician and I am the honey.
Yeah, she is delusional.
That's what you said in a comment with JD.
Yes, that's right. I sure said that, girl. I can say it now. The kids is go.
And I said I want to actually perform in the stage that he was performing in. What you said?
I said, you know what? The only way that you're going to hit a high note is if somebody. That's a porn scene. All right, that's the only way that's going down. All right, and I'll keep waiting for it. I know that's for sure. I'm waiting.
Now you're delusional.
Well, you know, let me have this one delusion, please. Can I have that? You know, I'm sorry.
But anyways, this is the this is the segment that we are gonna be doing.
Debuting.
We're gonna be viewing.
Viewing. Oh, viewing. Okay. Here
Is
we
that
go.
what I said?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that don't be you be. I'm not sure.
We're gonna be doing. That's what I said. What is
doing.
It? Yeah.
Is it? I don't know. I can't. Sometimes pineapple talk is hard to decipher. All right. I'm sorry. All right. I'm not mad at you though.
But anyways, this is the contest. We're gonna be doing a competition against this man.
Oh boy.
He think that he can beat this woman?
Of course I do.
Of course not.
Of course not.
No, of course
I mean, come
not.
on. I got the paddle and I got the locks on the mattress right now. I'm ready. We're talking about something else. My fault.
But anyway,
sorry.
all the entries actually came in to our email info@socialmediashows.com. Send your entries. Tell us what contest we're gonna be doing, and we received over 50 entries. Actually, we're gonna pick one next week, and there's a lot of contests that they want us to do. That's a lot. I'm like, but we're gonna be only doing one every single week.
That's correct.
And we're gonna pick whoever we pick on that emails that you guys send. Thank you so much, by the way, for sending those emails.
We appreciate all of that.
And we're gonna pick only one where we're gonna be agreeing on it.
Yes.
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 So you can say.
Hopefully, it's something that she doesn't have to wear a lot of clothing on. So we'll
I know,
see.
right? Yeah.
so-
Yeah. Well, I hope that you can do a lot. So I cannot even pick which one I want to do it. But next week we're gonna be actually premiering that next week on our fourth segment.
Yes, we will.
Yes. And do you want me to tell them already or not yet?
No, I mean, go. You can pick it, girl. I ain't stressing a thing. You want to go for it, go for it.
No, we're gonna actually.
You want to do it next week?
Yeah, next week.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm like what? Come on, man. I'm ready. I'm ready, coach. What you got to say? Yeah.
And anyways, whoever we pick on that email, whose email we're gonna pick or contest we're gonna pick, we're gonna be giving show tickets. We have like 5 choices that you can choose from.
That's correct.
And a buffet, so that will be cool. And then also on the besides that, we're gonna be whoever win or whoever lose.
Yeah.
Will be penalized in front of the camera.
That's true, which is why I'm hoping it has something to do with her wearing not a lot of clothing. Because hey, I'm a guy, all right.
That's
I'm a
already
guy.
a punishment. What are you talking about?
It's a punishment for you. It's a treat for me, honey. Right? It's a treat for me. I'm just like, hey, make it rain, make it rain, make it rain. Gucci Mane. No, whatever.
We're in Las Vegas. Look at our view.
Yeah, that's right. You know.
But anyways, we're gonna be ending this show soon, so I would like to fill in our viewers. Well, by the way, before we actually announce our next topic for next week, no, I just lost what I'm gonna say.
See this girl.
Oh, well, parenting now, I just remember.
Okay.
Parenting, this topic, the topic we have this week will be actually continued. Depends our experts.
Right.
Is going to be on the show so that they can talk about it too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So probably along the road, like probably a month or 2 months, we're going to get it back.
We'll visit it, as need be. All right, we'll just say it that way.
Yes.
Right. So, what is our subject matter going to be next week? Now, what did you tell me it was?
Oh my God, you forgot.
No, I want to be sure that I got it right.
Dogwood would be our our guest. He is a purpose and design specialist.
Okay.
Yeah, purpose design specialist.
Right.
So we're gonna be talking about stupidity versus ignorance.
That's what I thought. Now, this was a very interesting idea because there's obviously two different points of view. There's ignorant, and obviously ignorance means you didn't know any better, right?
Yeah.
And stupidity means you may have known better, but you're too stupid to retain it. So where is the line in that? That's very interesting. So we're going to do our very poor version of Neil deGrasse this subject. All right, and we hope you guys will take the time to check us out with our special guest.
You know what? We're gonna have that poll votes again on our social media shows page.
Right.
Ignorance. What are you? You are ignorant or you're stupid?
Are you ignorant or are you stupid? Okay. Well,
Or some topic that we can.
I just think you like to make the subject matter to something like harsh to people. That's what I think.
No, I'm not.
Because like this thing today was like parents were kicking out the kids. What? Wait a minute, we didn't say that at the meeting. What? And now she's just like, are you ignorant or are you dumb as a box of rocks? Whoa! What? Wait a minute. What?
You know what? Sometimes people think that ignorant is a bad word, but stupid is worse.
You know what? I mean, that's to say ignorant is almost to say naive.
Yeah.
In certain respects.
That's not nothing. That's not bad.
It can be depending on the age, but you know, well, we could dive into that next week because I can run that all.
Perfect. Well.
Right. So before we get out there, of course, much love to those who sponsor us. All those people, man, please.
VIP vacation, time to tint, 22.3 radio station.
That's right.
Watch them, Fame Lash. And also, I would like to shout out to our friend E.C. Adams.
Yes.
He is performing at Smith Center this Saturday.
That's right. He'll be performing on the 29th of September. 27. Nope, the Saturday is 29th.
Oh, okay. So it's
Right.
Thursday. Oh, it's Thursday. Yeah, I remember.
There you go. That's
it's
right.
Thursday,
This is 27.
And also, please check out Steve Kremian. Steve Kremian's YouTube. He composed a lot of songs like dedicated or tribute to Diana Rose, to the Golden Knights. What else? To the kids who are trapped in Thailand and some other things.
Right.
And we're gonna be doing documentary show for Hawaii in the upcoming weeks. It's gonna be shown on January.
Very cool. And just to let people know, because I am the musician, this crazy lady's crazy.
I'm the musician.
No, well, see, if you were the musician, you would have dates at places to play. Do you have dates where you're playing anywhere?
Yes.
Where?
In our studio every
That's
Monday,
not
Tuesday,
a date.
Wednesday.
See this person here. See, I got dates, honey. All right, well, anyway, I will be performing at the Orleans on the 27th to the 29th with my band Karma. So please check us out if you have the time, whether you're in Vegas or coming to Vegas.
At Orleans.
At the New Orleans. We'll be at the Bourbon Street Lounge. We'll be there from 9 to 1 a.m. So go check us out there. I also will be at the Paris on the 30th. Please check us out there from 6 to 8:30. We'll be the band Forefront. And last but not least, you can catch me on Tuesday. I will be with Miss Rita Lynn. I will be the guest performer at her Sade Songbook concert at the Space Las Vegas.
Yeah,
tickets for that shit. This is a busy week for me, man. So tickets for those shows will be $10, and the doors will be opening at 8 p.m. So please go ahead and check out all those spots. We'll try to make sure we put all that in the links here.
Yes.
And of course, give us a like, give us a comment, give us a subscribe on our stuff here. And if you, by any chance, missed us here, you can catch us on Instagram, you can catch us on YouTube, you can catch us on Twitter. Go ahead and check out the link, and of course, the website itself, socialmediashows.com, where you can get us and all the variety of shows we have on our program, our channel. Please go ahead and check us out. Put that in your bookmark. Hit us up, give us much love, and for Facebook, hit us on the private group. So if any of the shows that you're talking about with our show or any other show on social media shows fancies you and you want to talk about it, you can hit that up in the private group right there. That way you can go ahead and run your jibs, man.
And of course, don't forget KevonTyrre.com.
Of course, we've got all the music, all the stuff, all me taking pictures like this, looking all cute and adorable. Of course, with this lady looking all cute and adorable. You know, stuff like that, hanging out. So please go ahead and give that love right there to all those sites. if you're able to. And we, of course, we appreciate you taking the time to check out. We're looking forward to see you guys next week on a very lovely show called Musician Loves Honey.
Tuesday, 6 to 7 p.m.
Pacific Standard Time. So for anyone who's on the East Coast, Central, London, Japan, any of those places, obviously your time zone is going to be different than ours. So if you want to catch us live, please adjust your time zone to ours. That way you can catch us when we are live.
Yes.
All right. But like I said earlier, if you don't catch it for whatever reason, you can check us on our website, socialmediashows.com, as well as, of course, obviously Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Yes. Well, this is the Musician Loves Honey, and I am the musician and the honey.
I am the musician. This is the honey because I keep trying to lick on her. She won't let me. But that's all right. It's not my fault. You tasty girl. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. And please watch me on Let's Talk World tomorrow so you can see our event that happened last week. Thank you, viewers. You guys have a great week.
Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Take care.